Hey beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. Today I have another general reading for you. So as always, take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? So this morning at about half three, okay, so that could be relevant to someone, okay? Maybe you keep getting woken up at 3 or something's disturbing your sleep at around about 3 o'clock, okay? That could be a sign that this message is for you. So I got woken up by a mosquito buzzing in my ear, and it was very irritating, okay? And the message that I got from that is that people are not liking what they're hearing about you, okay? It was buzzing in my right ear, so for me, right is the physical, okay? So this is people, of something that's being said about you in the physical, okay? You may also be picking up on this intuitively, but yeah, so somebody's irritated by you, okay, and how you're still being blessed after they tried to destroy your reputation and after everything that they did to sabotage you, okay. And other people are starting to get really irritated by what this person and these people are saying about you and for carrying on this smear campaign. Someone is going to speak up and defend you if they haven't already, okay? And I'm seeing somebody getting a message. So this could be done via text messaging. There could be a group of people that are talking behind your back via text message, or something's gonna be said in a text message, and I keep getting this thing about being caught in a lie, so which has come up in a couple of other readings that I've done. So I think I'm seeing some sort of message or something to do with a message. And again, it doesn't have to be a text message. It could be something on social media. It could be verbal, or it could be, with communication in this day and age, it can be anything, okay? But I'm specifically seeing, for some of you, a text message where someone says something and somebody else is just like, right, do you know what, that's enough, no more, I don't want to hear anymore, and then they respond, okay, defending you. The person or the people that are running the smear campaign are so pissed off that you're still being favoured, in their eyes being favoured by others, despite the lies and misinformation that they've spread about you, and that their smear campaign is no longer working. This is giving me popularity contest vibes. This person is in a popularity contest with you that you're not in, okay? You don't even want to be in it. You're in your own lane. Popularity means nothing to you, okay? You don't need to be popular to be successful, okay? They're hella mad and fed up that you keep overcoming and keep coming back stronger. They may be trying to do things and sharing posts on social media to trigger you or get your attention. They may also be using third parties if they don't have direct access to you, but they keep being met with the healed version of you. Then they think that you're too good to be true and are studying you to find your weaknesses to use against you. But what they don't realise is that your weaknesses are your strengths, and they have nothing that they can hold over your head or use against you. So nothing they say or do is going to stop you, okay? So that's the message that was coming through. And I also heard Houdini, Eminem's song Houdini, and there's a line in that that says about coming back. I can't remember the line now, it's gone. But there's Eminem may be a sign for you, or Houdini. You're kind of like magic to these people. Like, how are you doing this? How do you... There's something about you that they can't put their finger on. They think you're too good to be true. No one's that good, is what I'm hearing. No one's that nice. But actually, yeah, they are, because once you do the healing, you become some people just want to be the best versions of themselves, so they'll keep doing the healing until they reach that version. But anyway, we're going to take a look and see what else you need to know about this situation, okay? And what you can do, what any advice from spirit, or oh, I had a mind blank. Yeah, they're trying to shut you down, okay? They're trying to stop you. They're trying to sabotage your success, okay? For some, it's not that they don't want you to be successful. It's kind of that they don't want you to be successful without them. For some of them, perhaps they are going around telling people that you're only where you are, that your successes are their successes. And that's BS. They haven't done the work. You did. You did the work. Okay, so let's take a look and see. We have the garden and the gate, and on the bottom of the deck we have walk away. I've got a feeling these cards came out in another reading that I've done recently. Okay, you did all the work, you have the key, you have the knowledge to all this self-love. Ultimately, so do they. They have all the knowledge and that within inside it, but they don't know how to unlock it, okay? You unlocked it, and I feel at one point they had access to that. You were helping them to unlock this self-worth, this self-love, and a better version of themselves, and they took that for granted, okay? And then you ended up walking away. I feel for some of them, they feel like it's kind of like a double-edged sword, okay? They may be telling people that they walked away from you to save face, okay? But actually, I feel like you walked away from them. Yeah, my cheeks have started to burn. Someone's embarrassed and ashamed. Someone's embarrassed and ashamed, okay, over what they did, over what they've been saying and what they've been doing. Someone's been left red-faced. Someone's been caught out. Someone's been caught out. 5 of Potions. Yeah. Someone's been caught out. Someone's been caught in a lie. And they're playing victim. Okay, they're trying to paint you as the villain. But what they did is they went around telling people that you were playing victim, but actually they were the ones playing victim, but they've twisted it, okay, to make it look like you were playing victim. And we have the Nine of Presents, which is the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. They went round playing victim, okay, making out that you was this some sort of villain, and that you were only successful. Your achievements were their achievements, okay. That basically they made out that they played a bigger role in your life than they actually did. It was the other way round. It was like a destiny swap or Freaky Friday. That's what I'm getting with the energies. What they were saying to others about what you had done to them was actually what they did to you. Okay? They were saying that you were playing victim, that they weren't doing this, that, and the other to you. They may have laughed at you behind your back. And we have the two of wands, two of candles. Yeah, they're going around telling people that. So I'm getting a couple of different versions, okay, and it may be one, or it may be all of them, depending on who they're talking to, because I think it, depending on who they're talking to, what I'm getting is they would tell people different versions, so no one person would get exactly the same story, because of it depends on what that person, on the information that that person has about the situation. So for some people, they told people that they walked away from you because they realised that you were using them to get what you wanted. Other people, they told that you walked away from them because you got what you wanted, so you used them. Either way, they've painted you as the villain. When all this whole time they were the ones who were using you, because they know you're blessed and you have this spiritual knowledge and you've done all this healing. They wanted access to that, and then when you cut them off, and I don't feel like you cut them off because you were in your ego or anything like that. It was purely because you were trying to save yourself from this person, and it was an act of self-love. And then what this person did was used that for their own gains to paint you as a villain. Okay, they have not done, they may have done some really shady things behind your back that you may well have been aware of, and you may have told people that you felt like. See, the thing is, I'm getting two people specifically, and I'm hearing somebody telling someone about a situation that they went through with a person. There's no animosity as they're telling this story. They understand exactly what it is. They're just expressing their experience, okay? They're just talking about their experience with these people, because I feel that the person that they were talking to, they trusted, and they had, because they were told that this person had a similar experience with that person. The person, this is going to get confusing, isn't it? So there is a difference between slagging someone off and talking about an experience that you've had with someone, okay? That's my belief system. My belief is that if you're saying horrible things and calling someone names and destroying their character, then you are not just discussing a situation that you went through, okay? If you have to resort to name calling, you're slagging someone off, okay? You're slagging, if you have to say that this person is this, that, and the other, you are slagging someone off, okay? If you are just discussing an experience that you went through, oh, I had this interaction with this person, or this is what they did to me, but you're not using name calling, you're just expressing something that was probably quite painful to you, then there's a big difference in that, okay? Because I'm also very aware of the law of mirrors, okay? So what you say about another is a reflection of what's within you, okay? Or something that needs healing within you. So what I'm getting here is that I'm going to talk to you as if you are the person that somebody else is mad at, okay? What I'm feeling here is that you discussed a situation with someone that you were going through, okay? You confided in somebody that you felt you could trust, because this person may have had a similar situation with the person that you did. And you weren't looking for them to fix it. You weren't looking for them to get involved. You just wanted to speak about what happened with somebody who you thought could relate, okay? But ultimately, the person that you entrusted, even though they had a similar experience with the person in question, twisted it and turned on you, okay? The person in question that you had this experience with, it then feels that the person you entrusted and shared your version of what happened with went back to the person in question, that you were the one that you'd had the bad experience with, or the people that you'd had the bad experience, went back to them and twisted the conversation that you'd had, okay? At this moment in time, I'm not sure if it was done maliciously or if they were just confused about what you were saying. I'm not quite sure at this moment in time. But what the person that you had this experience, this bad experience with, or the people that you had this bad experience with, were telling multiple different versions of what actually happened. So every time they would speak to someone, their version of what they were saying, of what happened, would change. Every time you spoke to someone, your version stayed the same, okay? And at the time, because this person was telling different stories and people were getting different information, it confused people. So the person in question that you had this poor experience with purposely gives people different stories so that people get confused and don't question the truth. They don't want to look like the villain to others, because if people find out what they've actually been doing and how, you know, it's not the first time, then people might actually walk away from them, okay? So it's a form of manipulation to keep people on side. But what you're doing when you do something like that is you're omitting the truth, okay? You're only sharing information and you're twisting it in a way that benefits you. But what you're doing is ultimately lying to others and taking away their free will choice to decide what they do with that information, okay? And that's what's happened. This person, so I feel like the person that you spoke to about what was going on, the person you thought was going to resonate with you, not that you wanted them to get involved or fix it for you, nothing like that, because you didn't need them to. You just needed to vent. They've taken this back to the people in question, and maliciously or not, I can't say for sure. I don't feel that their intention was wholly pure, but I don't think they're aware. Maybe they're just not, maybe they're reassessing and they're not sure as to why they did what they did, okay? Maybe that's why it's confused. Maybe they're not sure what their intention was and what their purpose was in taking this information back, okay? Because effectively it was just gossiping. But what's happened is they may also have been in some sort of competition with you. Maybe it just boiled down to competition. But the person that you had the bad experience with has told multiple different people multiple different stories, depending on what they know that person knows. And they do this to keep people confused. Okay, it's a gaslighting technique used by, do I dare say it, narcissists. Use that term loosely because there are a lot of people that have narcissistic traits and tendencies because it's learned behavior, but they're not true narcissists. The difference between a narcissist and someone with narcissistic traits and behaviors is the willingness to look at their mistakes, look at where they can change and become a better person. Okay, a narcissist will not change. They won't see that they've done anything wrong. They are not willing to learn and grow. Whereas someone with narcissistic traits, narcissistic behaviors that have been learned, they're willing to do the work and become a better person. Okay, that's my personal belief in the difference. Okay, the term narcissist gets thrown around far too much. Okay, these people may even have called you a narcissist. All right, they may have referred to you as a narcissist and said you were controlling and manipulative. Okay, but ultimately this is where the mirror is reflecting back. Okay, what people see in others is a reflection of what's going on in themselves. If you're looking at another person and you're calling them a narcissist and saying that they're controlling, you need to look at where either you're doing that to other people, and if you know for a fact that you're not doing that to other people, where are you being controlling and narcissistic towards yourself? Okay, or where are you allowing others to be narcissistic and controlling towards you and your life? Okay, but ultimately it boils down to self. Everything comes back to self. Okay, so there was some sort of smear campaign, and it was headed by people that you had a bad experience with, and the person that you confided in because you thought they would relate, having had a similar experience with these people. Unbeknownst to you, they went back and to these people, and it was used against you. Okay, it was twisted, it was manipulated. On the bottom of the deck we have the Six of Candles. They saw this as some sort of victory over you. Okay, they thought, somebody thought that somebody was trying to push you out. They didn't like the way people were around you, the way people were drawn to you and your energy, because it triggered their insecurities. Okay, so they thought if they could, there's a whole lot of manipulation going on. I feel like everybody was very, very aware of what they were doing. I'm just not sure that they were aware of why they were doing it. They weren't looking at the bigger picture. Okay, whereas you were looking at the bigger picture. You were always looking at the bigger picture. You were looking from every perspective, which they didn't realise about you. That is something that they didn't know about you, is that you do look someone may have accused you of slagging somebody off when you were actually just venting, because they didn't know who you were. Okay, they didn't have enough information on you, and the little bit of information that they did have on you, they used to twist to push you out of a group of people. It was to do with, like, it's very much mean girl energy. That keeps coming up a lot lately as well. Mean girl energy of, oh, you can't sit with us, you can't come in here, because it was to do with status, and they didn't want to be pushed down the ranks. So I feel like they just potentially, I feel like somebody, this person that you confided in, used the information that they'd got on you and what you'd told them to twist the knife in a little bit further. Okay, just to create more of a separation. I don't think they expected it to go as far as it did. I don't think they expected it to go as far as it did, and I do feel it's going to come back to bite them in the backside. I think this person is genuinely panicked now. They're panicking that someone's going to find out what they did. So they thought they had victory over you. They thought they'd won. They thought that they'd managed to bring you down and push you out of this group and keep you out of this group and regain control of a group of people. And I feel like they almost won. They did. They almost had you, because you kind of lost your way a little, and this situation, these people were able to get into your head. Okay, they may have come at you during a time when you were vulnerable, and they knew that you were vulnerable, and that makes this situation and these people a whole lot worse. Because if you can go after someone when you know they're already low, if you can kick someone whilst they're down and not offer a helping hand, what kind of person does that make you? What kind of person does that make you? You have to ask yourself that question. If you genuinely know that someone's going through a difficult time and you go in with the intention to make things more difficult for them, then you've really got to question who you are as a person, okay? Is that who you want to be? Do you want to be that way? Because I feel like that's what these people did. They knew you were going through a difficult time, and instead of offering a helping hand and supporting, they just tried to kick you when you were down, okay? Not realising that you were going to get back up. They thought they'd won. They thought if they kicked you whilst you were down, you weren't going to get back up, because they've come up against people before and they've kicked people while they're down, and those people have never got back up. But you're a different breed. You are something that they have never encountered before, and you have these people shook. You have them scared. You have them running, and you've not had to do anything. They're mad and they're upset because they can't beat you. They can't beat you. Whatever they do, whatever they throw at you, you keep winning. You keep coming out on top, and it's because you are blessed. And what's going to happen now is that some people are going to be out here taking credit for that, for all your blessings. They're going to play victim and say that you're only blessed because of them, and you've only got this, that and the other, and you're only doing this, that and the other because of them, because they want to play victim, okay? They're out here taking credit for your success, but they weren't there with you through the hard stuff. They weren't with you. They haven't seen what you've had to go through to get to where you are now. You are blessed because of the work that you put in, because of your faith and your determination and your connection to source. So these people are out here telling people that you're blessed because of them, that you're only where you are because of them. You put the work in. They didn't. They're still not putting the work in. And some of these people are now realising that you are blessed, and they're going to try and come back in. They're trying to find ways to come back in, purely because they just want to benefit off of you. They want to benefit off of your blessings. That's why they're mad at you, because you were blessed and you cut them off because of what they did to you. You walked away. You put boundaries. You have someone who, whatever is going on in your life, you may be down, you may be going through a difficult time, but somehow you always manage to stay grounded and remember who you are through that, knowing and trusting and having faith that you're growing through that stage, and you're going to come out. You're going to come out on top every damn time. These people didn't know that about you. And now they're mad because they're not benefiting from your blessings. So they're mad. They're out here looking for ways to bring you down. Looking for information, trying to find your weaknesses. Just to bring you down. But they can't. They can't do it. No matter what they do, no matter what they say, you are going to keep coming out on top. Like, I'm hearing Houdini again. Like, you disappear and then you return stronger, better, with a major glow up. And they are mad because they're not part of that. Some of them are going to try and sweet talk their way back in with you again. Okay, they're looking for a situation or something to come back in where they can just brush it all under the carpet. They know you're blessed and they now want access to that. Okay, some of them are going to come back with a false apology, trying to make things work. I've just heard apology accepted, access denied. Okay, you don't have to allow these people access. 5 of Needles. These people tried to mentally destroy you. Okay, they tried to play mind games with you. They were trying to get in your head. Now these people are in their head over you. Okay, and over how you got back up after everything. How on earth did you pull it off? They're jealous, they're envious, they're embarrassed and ashamed. You have the 3 of Potions, 3 of Cups. People are wanting to reunite with you. I heard reunion. This person or this person or this situation, someone's wanting to reunite with you. I'm hearing collaboration. Somebody didn't see your worth until you walked away from the table. But the thing is, you didn't tell anyone. You just upped and left quietly. You just upped and left quietly. You didn't, like, even after, you, like, what these people did to you, you know what they did. You know what was said and done behind your back. But you don't feel the need to confront them on it. You haven't done, and I don't feel like, unless that, you know, it comes up, unless something is said to you, I don't feel like you're going to need to confront them on it. Because you know who you are, you know your worth. So you just, you know, when respect isn't being served, when people don't appreciate what you're offering, what you're bringing to the table, you just get up very quietly and you walk away. You don't need to say anything. You walk away from the table. And now, I'm walking away, now these people are realising just how far they took things with you. It's a case of they thought they could do whatever it was and that you'd just take it. They saw you as naive, innocent, childlike. They thought they could manipulate you and gaslight you and get away with it. And they may have, but now it's coming back to bite them. Because what you give out, when you mess with a divine being, which you are, when you mess with a child of God, he's not going to take too kindly on that. And now it's all going to come back and bite these people. What you give out comes back tenfold. On the bottom of the deck, we have King of Presents. They came for your stability. They may have even tried to come, if you're in a relationship, they may have even tried to come for your masculine. Okay, they may have tried to take your... Okay, so what I've just heard for that, for some of you that are in a relationship, or some of you that are involved with the divine masculine, they felt that your success was because of a masculine, and they thought that by taking him away from you, that would be enough to end you. Okay. But you're not somebody who looks for outside validation. Even if you are in a relationship, you aren't validating and expecting your person. I said masculine, male, man. It could be a female if you're same sex. Take it as it resonates. Okay, it's just that the king. I've got the king card come out. They may have tried to come for your King of Pentacles. They may have come at your King of Pentacles to get to you. They may have gone through your person and attacked your person to get to you. Okay, and you could be masculine or feminine. Take that as it resonates, because for some I'm seeing that I'm going to use he, she for the eases of channeling, okay? But just flip-flop them where they need to go. I am seeing a man having to listen, not having to listen, but I am seeing a group of people attack a feminine to a divine masculine. And this divine masculine not standing for it, not having none of it. They thought they could get to this they thought they could get in this masculine's head with regards to you, and they could cause a separation. Okay, they could sabotage your relationship with this divine masculine. For some of you, it was the divine masculine that they were trying to bring down. So in talking bad about you, so okay, I see a group of people and there's two different intentions. Some of them wanted to attack the divine feminine, and they did it through a divine masculine. Some of them just wanted to attack the divine masculine and bring him down. Either way, they were trying to bring the divine masculine and the divine feminine down, and ultimately create a separation between the two of them. Okay, and it backfired big time. They didn't expect this divine masculine to speak up like he did. They didn't expect it. Okay, so let's get some advice. That was quite heavy. Yeah, they just thought that by, like, I'm hearing gold digger. For some of you, they thought you were a gold digger, and that you were only successful because of the person that you were with, not realizing that you were successful in your own right. You were successful before this person came along. They didn't know that about you. They didn't know that about you. And I feel because this person that you fell out with, and they had this situation, not the person you confided in, the people that you had the original falling out with, or I wouldn't even say it was a falling out. It was from your point of view, I don't feel it was a falling out. It was just okay, your words and your actions are not in alignment. Therefore, I'm going to remove myself. Like somebody, that your boundaries weren't being respected and you just walked away. I don't feel like you had any beef with these people. Where does that phrase even come from? Honestly, any beef with these people, okay? They had the beef with you. But I feel like in this original group, something at some point was said about you using them to get what you want, i.e. a partner, and then walking away from them. But that's not what happened. That's not what happened. The people that have the beef with you had the beef with you because they thought that you chose your person or a person over them, and that's not the case. You and they went. They again. This is what they did. Depending on who knows what, they twist the information. They don't give all the details. People were out here thinking that you only got friendly with this person to get the partner that you have, not realizing that actually you were friends with them, and you're successful in your own right, and all these things before he came along or before she came along. And that's because this person wants everybody to think that you are successful because of them. People thought you were out here playing victim when actually it was the other way round. They were out here playing victim. They may have accused you of playing victim and manipulating your person. Oh, it's a whole messy situation. Let's see what other information. There's so much. I was hoping this would be like a really quick reading. Up from the depths, releasing difficulty. Yeah, you are someone that transforms. You take whatever you're going through in life, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it, it all plays a part, and you use that to transform and grow as a person. And you've healed so much that you're able to, you're coming out of this difficult situation. Okay, there's all the past difficulties that you've had, you're coming out of that, you're stepping out of that now, and you're stepping into, your era of abundance, your blessings, and people are realizing that now, and they're really pissed off about it. Okay, these people wanted to put you in difficulty. They wanted to keep you stuck in this, what they thought was a victim mentality that you were in, but it was them that was in this victim mentality. They wanted you to stay stuck and stagnant because they felt stuck and stagnant. Okay, they didn't want you to get up, but you got up. You came up. I don't feel that you could have gone any lower. What these people put you through was worse than hell. I think I'd rather go to hell. Okay. They put you through. They don't understand how you got up, because what they put you through, the things that they said about you, what they did to you behind your back. Not a lot of people can overcome that. Okay, they didn't expect you to be able to face them. And then now they're the ones who have ended up not knowing how to face you because they're embarrassed by their actions. They now don't feel good enough for you. At the time, they didn't feel that you were good enough for them, not realising that what was being reflected back was that they didn't feel worthy. You were bringing up their insecurities. Now they're realising that when they didn't think that you were good enough, what was reflecting back at them is that they didn't feel good enough. They're now realising that they made mistakes. But at the same time, you're understanding that you were understanding what was going on, and you weren't judging them, you weren't shaming them, you weren't hating on them. You were just letting it play out. You understood what was going on. You saw what was going on. You saw it from a high perspective. And you just said, yep, okay, I understand where you're coming from. But actually, I'm just going to love you from afar. I'm going to hold space for you over here. Because I see your insecurities. I understand where you're coming, where all this is coming from. But I am not going to allow you to project at me. I am not going to allow you to treat me like that. Because you have self-worth. And as a result, inactivity, isolation, emotional desert, you've cut them off. I want to say that you emotionally cut them off. To a degree you did. It's almost like you feel nothing for them. And I feel like it's not that you're shut off emotionally, because your heart chakra is very, very open. It's not that you don't care. It's just that you understand that you have a divine purpose. You are here for a reason, and not everybody's going to love you, and you are absolutely okay with that. You're like Marmite. People are going to love you or they're going to hate you. Okay? It is what it is. You understand that people's projections and people's versions of you are not necessarily true. You know who you are, what you stand for. You walk your talk. You are in alignment with your integrity. And you stand on that. These people don't. They thought you were like them because that's what they were seeing. They were seeing themselves reflected in you. Okay? Now they're feeling heartbroken. They're feeling ashamed, embarrassed, guilty. Some of them, like, it's almost to the point where they're so cut off from reality because of what they did to you. They've completely shut down and they can't even cry about it. Like, or they've cried. I feel also like, from your point of view, you cried tears over this. You cried so many tears over this, but you're at the point where there's no more tears to cry over these people. What's done is done, and what's done in the dark will always come to light. And I feel like these people were shut down in a different way. Like, you shut down from these people, you cut these people off to protect your peace, to protect yourself. You needed to heal, so you took time out, you stepped away to do the healing that was necessary. Whereas these people were in their ego, they didn't see that. And they got into their ego and you may appear cold-hearted to others. I wouldn't say that you are. It's purely, like, if people are seeing you as being cold-hearted, then again, that's what's being reflected at them. That's something that's within them, who they are, that's being reflected back at them. Like with this emotional desert, I've just been drawn to the fact that there's a body of water. Okay, so you still got space. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. You're still holding space for these people. You don't not care about anyone because that's not who you are. It may appear to others that you don't care because you've cut them off. But it's not, it's boundaries. I understand, I see who you are, I understand what you're doing, it's great. I'm sorry I've triggered you, because you do trigger people, not intentionally. But I'm not going to allow you to treat me like that. And these people are now realising that they treated you badly, that you didn't deserve to be treated that way. On the bottom of the deck, we have kinship, community, your group. These people could have been family or people that you see or saw as family, okay? So take that as it resonates. On the bottom of the deck, we have teacher, learning a new path. On the bottom of the deck, we have shamanic healer, cleansing, attunement. You're teaching these people, what you were here to do was teach these people a new way of being, that there was another path. You may have tried to show these people that you were a teacher, a spiritual teacher, and you may have tried to explain yourself to these people, but they didn't want to hear it. They weren't ready for you. Okay? And sometimes by sticking around, you're enabling people. You're their crutch. You're enabling. You're not helping them to heal or grow. So you have to walk away to allow them, because sometimes they have to feel your absence in order to appreciate you. It's very much a vibe of don't know what you've got till it's gone. and these people are very, very, very much feeling the loss of you and potentially your person as well, okay? Because you're somebody who leaves an impression on people. People can't help but be like affected by your energy. Yeah, again, I'm getting that you walked away for peace, to protect your energy. And this made these people mad because they thought you were walking away. They may have felt that you were trying to take your person away from them, or that your person was taking you away from them. And they may have tried to come between your relationship because they didn't want things were changing and they didn't want the change. They didn't like the changes that were happening. But these changes, had they allowed it, had they seen it from a higher perspective, would have allowed growth, and a separation between you and these people may not have been necessary. I also feel like this could be you and your person, that you're both spiritual teachers, and that you're now on your... this could also represent your own inner masculine and feminine energies, okay, being in balance and harmony together. But your outer masculine is going to reflect that anyway. And likewise, your outer feminine is going to reflect that. This could be about joint purpose that somebody wasn't seeing and didn't understand. We have let your ship set sail. And we have intuitive journaling. Yeah, advice from Spirit is just to continue going with the flow, making sure that you're cleansing your energies. You may be, I'm seeing a fair bit of water. You might need to go down, get some water. Maybe you need to drink more water. Have a spiritual bath. Just tap into your intuition and continue on doing what's right for you. Tapping into your knowledge and wisdom. Protecting your peace. I'm being drawn to the blue flowers. Blue is the colour of the throat chakra. Speaking your truth, okay? I feel like you spoke your truth about this situation. But people didn't believe you. That's what... I don't know if I said that earlier. This person was... Every time they told us their version of events, it was different. So people were getting different versions of the events, which was then ultimately confusing because it's a form of gaslighting. But every time you spoke your truth, it was the same version. Everyone got the same version. But because for some people, they knew this person better, they may have known them longer, or they didn't want to speak up against this person, they just took their side. This person may also have used emotional manipulation in the form of tears. May have been, they played on people's emotions with regards to themselves and also you. I feel someone has known you a while and they used that as a way to manipulate people against you, because they could say, oh, I've known this person for years, you know, I know what they're like. But people didn't question, well, if you've known them for years and they're this bad, why are you still hanging out with them? Why are you still around them? And if they did, I feel they were just told, oh, I'm trying to help them be a better person. No, what they were doing was trying to be you. That's what you do. You go out there trying to help people be a better person. This person was one of those people that you were helping, and because you cut them off, they got mad. They were using the information that you were going and saying to them with others, making out it was them that had come up with it, and it wasn't. They were literally just trying to be you, and it wasn't. It started to backfire. Okay, this card's just fallen off the bottom of the deck. You are brilliant. Absolutely, Peacock. Okay, it's time for you to show up and show the world who you really are. And you don't need to... Okay, so you don't need to specifically go out of your way to prove yourself to others. Okay, just by being you, remaining you in your truth and integrity, and following your intuition, you're just gonna radiate who you are, because what's on the inside is going to radiate on the outside. Okay, for others of you, I feel like you are being called in to a specific purpose. It may be that you do have a platform. It's time to step into your divine purpose. Okay, for some of you, this is, and speaking your truth is part of that purpose. Using your experiences to help others, that is part of your purpose. Some people may see you as showing off. The peacock can be, seen as being quite egotistical, which are potentially these people are. And it did fall out, as I said, this person was trying to be you. They were trying to show off and like, oh, look what I can do, but it wasn't you. Other people were feeling your energy and associating it with this person. And I feel now like by you taking a step back away from this person, people are seeing this person for who they really are. These people up here are being shown for who they really are because you've stepped away from this situation. Okay. Underneath that we have feel, don't think. Yeah, trust what you're feeling. Get out of your head. These people tried to get in your head. They tried to bring you down, but once upon a time that would have worked. But you've come too far to allow that to happen anymore, and the divine were only going to let that go so far. And I feel like they let it go so far to give these people a chance to choose a different path. But it was taking too long, and you were... It just wasn't serving anyone. Oh boy, that is such a deep message. Yeah, this person, some of these people would just... People want to come back in your life so that they can say they're part of your circle, that they know you. They want to show off. They want to be... Like, you come across as someone that has potential to be an absolute star and to go really, really far and be really, really successful. And people are going to jump on that train and try and be blessed as a result of you doing all the hard work. So be discerning. And I feel like some people are, because they feel that they're responsible for your success, they're going to try and manipulate you to use that as a way to come back in. Okay? But they're not responsible for your success. Okay? So you owe them nothing. Oh, excuse me. Again, sneezing, you're irritating these people, okay? Because they're just like, they can't get your attention. They want your attention, okay? Individuality, you leave your unique stamp of love on everything you do. Absolutely. Absolutely. And this irritates people. It irritates their demons. okay? Some people will love it, some people will hate it, but you have a specific individual or a couple of individuals who think you're not who you say you are, because you're not, because all they're seeing is flaws in you, okay? But they're not realizing that those flaws are their flaws being reflected back at them. Forgiveness. You are now able to activate the power of love in order to release past hurts. Absolutely. I already feel like you've released the past. I feel like you've already let go. It's these people that haven't let go yet. But in you letting go, that's going to now allow this cycle, or it's allowing this cycle with regards to accountability, where others are concerned, to open up. For some of them, I genuinely feel that they are embarrassed and ashamed by what they've done and the part that they played. And I feel it's because that they know that you know, and you saw it in them, and you tried to warn them. And you tried to help them, and they rejected you, ultimately, okay? But they felt rejected by you, not realising what they were doing was rejecting you. And trying to isolate you. Now they feel rejected and isolated, because that's what they tried to do to you. They wanted you to feel rejected and isolated because they wanted you, ultimately for some of them it was because they wanted you to pick them, and for others it's because they didn't feel good enough for you and they wanted you to chase them. They wanted the attention. On the bottom of the deck, transformation. You use the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness. Absolutely. You are somebody that, no matter what is thrown your way, you can always manage to transform it, okay? You always see the bigger picture, maybe not straight away, but eventually, and you use that to transform. And in transforming yourself, you're transforming the world. The world needs your light, and that's what I was getting with this. Like, don't let people shut you down, don't let people get inside your head. Stay true to who you are. Just do what you're doing. Continue on the path that you are on, and just let this path play out for others. You don't need to give this any attention. There's nothing to deal with. These people are looking for ways back in, but that doesn't mean that they're going to try, okay? But for some of them, I do feel like they're going to try and go through a third party to get information on you. Yeah. Remember, you just don't have to allow these people in. Just use your discernment, okay? Some people are genuinely sorry, and you can accept their apology, but that doesn't mean that you have to allow them access, okay? Even if they're genuine, you do not have to allow people access back into your life, okay? Because that doesn't excuse... An apology doesn't excuse what was done in the past, and an apology isn't an apology without changed actions, okay? Without actions. So some of them may be genuinely sorry, but their actions aren't going to change, okay? That's all I have for you today. I hope it helps. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Namaste.